give an F attitude that Jessica has is something I really admire and rubbed off on me a little bit. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Well,
is there a follow-up?
I do have a little bit of a follow-up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take it out. Sorry, I don't like looking at that. Sorry. Okay, thank you. What did you, or like, deciding to take on this role? How did you feel, or like, were you supported by your peers and like your managers, or I assume you would have been, but like, I don't know. Sometimes in cases, it's not always that.
No, this was a good gig to get. So there was a lot of support, and this was a role that I really, really wanted and went after. Like I said, I've been acting a long time, and roles like this don't come around every day.
Yes.
It's so often that a role, and we're seeing things improve. We're seeing more complicated, complex, like well-rounded female characters now, I think. But for a while it was like, this role is one thing, like this is the funny one, or this is like the straight one, or this is the voice of reason. Kind of like you would serve like one purpose, and I felt like Jessica was this role that does everything, and she's so well-rounded, and we see all the different sides of her, like us. Like we all have so many different sides, so you want to be able. I wanted to be able to play that. So this was a role that I read and was just dying to get, and I went out and fought for it, and we celebrated pretty big.
We did.
This is a big one, you know. I'm really grateful to have this part that challenges me and allows me to stretch and grow and really dig my, sink my teeth in.
And also, I remember when you were on, I think it was Colbert, and he was talking about there not being like action figures. So
yeah.
And then now there's plenty of Jessica Jones action figures.
There's tons, yeah. I remember I was on that show, and I didn't know at that time. He was like, there aren't any female action figures. And I was like, what? Girls can sell toys, and kind of went on like a pilgrimage to make sure we got some. And now, I signed a bunch today. I love them. We have like 4 different action figures for Jessica Jones, so, which I think is great. Girls should have toys too.
Yeah. And I know, like, with my nephews, I make an attempt. I send them the girl superheroes as well. Like, this is like, we have to change the narrative on that.
Yep.
That was a great question. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
You too. We'll see you around the con. Who's up?
Hi.
Hi.
So since you do play Jessica Jones, and that is a very dark role, how does that affect your everyday life?
I think because now I've been playing the character for an extended period of time, you just kind of get better at it. The same way, like, you lift some weights, eventually, like, you get stronger. I think I've gotten better at sort of going in and out of the character. Yeah, sometimes it does like take a toll. Sometimes, like, if you are doing a scene where you're dealing with like tremendous loss or grief, you have to go to those places in your performance, and sometimes it takes a second to snap out of it. But that's part of the job, and I just try to find a balance and take good care of myself. You kind of have to, with television, and especially on our shows, the Marvel shows, we have long schedules, which is like the same thing with television. That's just how it is. But we also do stunts on top of it. So you really have to like just approach it like an athlete. Like you have to make sure you're like eating really well and getting all the nutrients. I take vitamins. Take time for myself. I try to meditate when I can. Just anything you can do to make yourself feel good. And then you just go to work.
And also, you have an incredible cast. You guys are also supportive of each other.
Yeah.
We were talking, you and I and Carrie Ann, about you and Jessica and Hogarth have a very specific relationship, but then you and Carrie Ann have your own relationship.
Yeah.
So you guys can have that like off camera, like turn it back on, which is incredible.
Yeah, and it's like that too with Rachel. Like we're all really close, and we kind of pick each other up when we need it. When one of us is like sick or down, we kind of rally. We just like have each other's back in a great way.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
question.
you.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hey.
I just wanted to say first, I've never been so proud or empowered by a character than Jessica Jones. So I want to thank you personally for that. But also, I'd like to ask, what scene or episode of Jessica Jones are you most proud of filming?
Oh, there's so many. I think, you know, there's two scenes that kind of stand out for me in season 2. There's a scene in episode 11 of season 2 where David Tennant's character, Kilgrave, comes back. And Jessica has a final scene with him where she says, like, I'm not like you, and realizes that she's not a bad person, she's not a monster. And I think that that's a really big, pivotal moment for the character, because that's the start of her hating herself less. Also, the ending, the shocking ending that happened. You know, spoiler alert, I don't want to give too much away, but that scene, I didn't quite know what I was gonna do on the day. I had been planning for a few weeks, and I always tend to, with big emotional, like very heavy scenes like that, I kind of plan ahead and I'll have like an image or a shape I want to make, or I'll mark it, but not like rehearse to 100% to take the air out of the tires. That scene to me was my love letter to Melissa Rosenberg, who's the showrunner of my show. I talked to her, she lost her mother when she was 15. Jessica Jones also lost her mother when she was 15. And I just kind of like talked to Mel about that, and she expressed to me like that she has really put up a wall for herself. She doesn't cry because it's just violent, it hurts her too much. And so when she said that to me and like talked about what it was like to lose her mother at such a young age, I was like, okay, got it. And so that was the scene I felt like I really went there. It was really painful, it was really difficult, but I did that like for Melissa, for the character, of course. But that was my way in and my inspiration there. So I was proud of that.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.